Okay, let's dive right in. Look, this isn't going to be your typical general financial advice, not at all. This is a very specific playbook, a targeted strategy, and it's designed for a very particular group of people. Those of you born in the year of the Earth Goat, 1979. We're about to break down exactly what you need to do, and more importantly, what not to do in one single critical month.
Yep, that's right. If 1979 is your year, listen up because this is for you. We're looking ahead to March 2026, and there's a good reason for it. A really unique window of opportunity and risk is opening up. And in times like these, having a plan isn't just a good idea, it's absolutely essential. So let's get you ready.
The big theme for this entire period, the one word you need to remember is defense. Think of it like a football game. This is not the time to be throwing long bombs down the field. Nope. This is the time to protect your quarterback, fortify your line, and just secure what you already have.
Now let's get into the specifics of the timing. As you can see, our entire strategy is framed by the Mercury retrograde period. It kicks off on February 26, 2026, and wraps up on March 20th. This means that for pretty much the entire month of March, you are in that critical defensive zone.
So how do we build this financial fortress? Well, the first step is actually knowing what not to do. It really comes down to discipline and resisting that temptation to push forward when all the signs are saying, hey, just wait. So here they are, two simple but absolutely non-negotiable rules for the month. Number one, halt all major new entries. That means pumping the brakes on that new business launch or holding off on making any big new trades. And number two, just avoid speculation completely. This is not the time for risky, high-flying bets. And you might be asking, okay, but why? Well, this is exactly why that pause is so important. During this retrograde window, the risk of just stuff going wrong, it really spikes. We're talking about everything from weird tech glitches to bad information floating around. Misunderstandings can happen in a flash and become incredibly expensive. The bottom line is simple. It's smarter to stay on the sidelines. Okay, so if we're not supposed to be expanding outward, what in the world are we supposed to be doing? Just sitting on our hands? No way. This is where the strategy gets really smart. It's all about turning your focus inward and strengthening the things you've already built. It's an active defense, not a passive one. This slide just sums up that whole mindset shift perfectly, doesn't it? You're consciously deciding to trade that aggressive expansion for some deep, strategic review. Instead of hunting for what's new out there, you're going to be digging deep into what you already have and laying some solid groundwork for the future. So, what does that actually look like day to day? Here's your checklist. Go through your financial paperwork with a fine-tooth comb. Seriously, double-check your contracts, make sure they are absolutely airtight. Treat this whole month like a research project. Read, learn, and just watch the markets from a safe, comfortable distance. Now, even within this defensive month, there is one particular day that really stands out, a day where you need to be extra alert, not for taking action, but for receiving information. Go ahead and circle this date on your calendar right now, March 7th. It is a pivotal moment in this entire period. So what's the big deal about this day? Well, on March 7th, the Sun conjoins Mercury retrograde, and this creates this incredible opportunity for what the source material calls juicy insights. This is when a sudden idea, a revelation, a piece of information can just land in your lap and completely shatter an old limiting belief you've had about your finances. You just have to be open to it. Now, beyond just market moves and contracts, there's a personal skill that becomes absolutely critical during this time, and it's setting firm financial boundaries. For you Earth Goats, I know this can be a real challenge, but in 2026, it is completely non-negotiable. The source actually calls this the generosity trap. You see, people born in 79 tend to be naturally soft-hearted, and in 2026, a specific star called Hui Qi is active, and it basically makes you a magnet for opportunists. So this quiet, defensive period is the perfect time to build up your defenses against that. And here's exactly how you do it. The advice is really direct. First, get comfortable saying no when friends ask to borrow money. Second, do not agree to be a financial guarantor for anybody. And third, take a really hard look at who you're spending your resources on. It's time to cut ties with those so-called wine and meat friends who only ever show up when things are good. So, after a full month of defense and auditing and setting boundaries, you might be asking, what's the point? Why does all of this restraint matter so much? Well, this is the best part. Because this disciplined pause, it's not just about avoiding disaster, it is all about positioning. By shoring up your defenses at March, you are basically clearing the runway for a massive surge of positive momentum that's headed your way later in the spring. And we even have a clear signal for when it's time to hit the accelerator. That surge gets a huge cosmic boost when Uranus enters Gemini in April of 2026. That is your green light. That's the moment your defensive posture can finally shift back to offense. So here's the bottom line. March 2026 is your training ground. It's your time to prepare, to strengthen your foundation, and to strategize. By playing smart defense then, you ensure you're in the absolute perfect position to win big when the time is right. So the only question left is, will you be ready?